So, in not very good news for the WNBPA situation, the WNBA strike situation, Arike just got arrested. That is not ideal. Arike just got arrested. Not a good look, considering everything that's going on right now. A really, really bad look. Look, at the end of the day, violence, in the great words of Matt Barnes, violence is never the answer, but sometimes it is. Obviously, she was arrested in Miami while celebrating her team's Unrivaled championship per Andy Slater. Police say she punched a man in the face. The incident was caught on camera. Now, look, violence is never the answer, but sometimes it is. There is obviously the caveat of, let's be real, there are justifiable reasons to punch somebody in the face. However, we have no idea if or if not that is the case for Arike. The Arike fans are instantly blaming the club. Women's basketball fans are instantly blaming the club, instantly saying Arike did nothing wrong without seeing the footage. Until the footage is to be seen, we have no idea. We have no idea what is going on. The reality is that there is a group of people where, let's be real, violence may be the answer in that scenario that will be against Arike no matter what. And there is a group of people that could potentially see a video, hypothetically, of Arike walking up to a random person and assaulting them and would still defend Arike. So at the end of the day, the court of public opinion is irrelevant with this. However, this is horrible timing. This whole thing is horrible, horrible timing. Why is it horrible timing? Because you're in the midst of the league being the most laughing stock that it's been in a long time. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. It is one of these things where, when it comes down to it, these CBA negotiations, it is, I'm not joking when I say this, they are leading them blind in these negotiations. The PA is evidently trying to, I'm going to talk about this later, but the PA is evidently trying to manipulate players into voting for a strike or into agreeing to a strike. It's very evident. I don't know why they're doing it, but it's clear. Players are not allowed to see what the league's proposal is. They have to go off the word of the PA, who have already been proven to have lied to the players about what's in the the league's proposal. The PA have already lied to the players about the league's proposal, and that's the only thing they have to go off the PA because they are refusing. The reason why the league is leaking their proposal is because the PA are not telling the players. The players are the only information the players are allowed to get on the league's proposal to the players is from the media because the league are refusing to show the players. So all this is a piss take. It is a piss take. But shocking news. Arike known for talent, of course. It's a fucking random thing. Wonder if she saw Dylan Brooks. Tough look for Arike. Celebrating thought should never end with something like this, especially when it's on camera. The thing is, at the end of the day, you just never know. You never know what's happening. She isn't going to punch someone for no reason. That is the thing. That is the thing at the end of the day. Some people are going to look and just assume that she just punched someone for no reason. Some people are going to look at it and are going to assume there is a good reason for it. At the end of the day, we are now we're now in a situation where there is a player that has been arrested in the midst of CBA, in the midst of these nonsense CBA negotiations where the WNBPA as a league are a laughingstock. Their negotiation tactic is a laughingstock. Every single person from every walk of life that has done everything. Again, let's not forget Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham heavily implied that the WNBA players were entitled to Dick's Sporting Goods revenue. So not the gross revenue of the league, heavily implied they're entitled to the gross revenue of Dick's Sporting Goods or whatever shop sells their jerseys. Not the gross percentage of the licensing fee, the gross percentage of the final sale price of any WNBA merchandise. No, we'll bankrupt everyone in that scenario. But it's at the stage where I think they're all being misled in that. But it doesn't really matter if they're being misled because this doesn't even matter because you've just got one of the fucking it's one of those things where you've got one of the main players in the league, one of the most popular players in the league after what she did in the All-Star game, getting arrested, celebrating a win in another league. Like, and then it's just like, what a mugshot. Free her. Free her. Free her. Nobody has seen the footage. I'm not going to jump to conclusions. Because at the end of the day, when the footage comes out, we'll know either one way or another whether or not it was justified. Or not even justified. Whether or not there could be a moral justification for it. Because I'm pretty sure legally justifying if she just walked up and punched somebody, it's a tough one to prove. But at the end of the day, moral justification in the court of public opinion is a very different thing. So if it could be morally justified or not, we don't know that yet. But it's just a horrible timing. It is a horrible timing seeing one of the stars of your league getting arrested while your league is about to go on strike, and the general sentiment. This is how bad you have to be at negotiating that the fans are siding with billionaires over workers. And it's nothing, by the way, it's nothing to do with gender in this scenario. It is for a lot of people, it's nothing to do with gender, because 95% of people are in agreement that the WNBA players deserve way more money. But if you're striking over a 500% increase in revenue because you want a 600% increase in revenue, and the reality is that whatever gross percentage of zero is still zero, yeah, it is gonna look great, and this doesn't help things. And again, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna say as of right now, it's bad timing. It is a bad look for any time anyone gets arrested. It's a bad look for them. I'm not gonna go out here and say and make crazy statement about Arike, but given the time, it's not an ideal situation at all. If anyone gets arrested for anything, that they're not ideal situations, no matter what, and no matter what people want to tell you online, it's not good. It's not a good look, and it's not the end of the world, especially again if the footage comes out. And I'm absolutely willing to, if it turns out that it's fully self-defense and there's fully justified, I'll 180 on my stance right now. But at the end of the day, the timing of this is not good for anyone involved. Unless, actually, you know what? Terry Carmichael Jackson's probably like, yes, another thing that people are going to, we can go social justice, free Arike, and forget about the basketball, and then we can get this strike going, and then we can, push to free Arike. We can push to free Arike. We can forget about the basketball. And we can make this a social justice league. That's the only, I don't know what they're going to do. I actually don't. At the end of the day, the hope is that she had a reason for it, and this just she walks free. But until we see the footage, there's no knowing one way or the other. Speculating one way or the other is just showing personal bias. So anyway, yeah, that's the video. I'll see you guys.